Perm is a city and the administrative center of Perm Krai, Russia. Located on the banks of the Kama River in the European part of Russia near the Ural Mountains. According to the 2010 census, Perm's population is 991,162, down from 1,001,653 recorded in the 2002 census and 1,090,944 recorded in 1989 census. As of the 2010 census, the city was the 13th most populous in Russia. From 1940 to 1957 it was named Molotov. Etymology. The name Perm is of Finno-Ugric etymology, likely of Uralic origin. Komi is a member of the Permic group of Finno-Ugric Uralic languages, which is also named for Perm. Likewise, the geologic period of the Permian takes its name from the toponym in Finnish or Vepsian language. pÄärmÄ means faraway land. Geography. The city is located on the bank of the Kama River upon hilly terrain. The Kama is the main tributary of the Volga River and one of the deepest and most picturesque rivers of Russia. This river is the waterway which grants the Ural Mountains access to the White Sea, Baltic Sea, Sea of Azov, Black Sea, and Caspian Sea. The Kama divides the city into two parts, the central part and the right bank part. The city stretches for 70 kilometers along the Kama and 40 kilometers across it. The city street grid parallels the Kama River, traveling generally east-west, while other main streets run perpendicularly to those following the river. The grid pattern accommodates the hills of the city where it crosses them. Another distinguishing feature of the city's relief is the large quantity of small rivers and brooks. The largest of them are the Mulyanka, the Yegoshika, the Motovilika, and the Gava. Perm has a continental climate with warm summers and long, cold winters. History. Perm was first mentioned as the village of Yegoshika in 1647, however, the history of the modern city of Perm starts with the development of the Ural region by Tsar Peter the Great. Vasily Tatishchev, appointed by the Tsar as a chief manager of Ural factories, founded Perm together with another major center of the Ural region, Yekaterinburg. In the 19th century, Perm became a major trade and industrial center with a population of more than 20,000 people in the 1860s. With several metallurgy, paper, and steamboat producing factories, including one owned by a British entrepreneur. In 1870, an opera theatre was opened in the city, and in 1871 the first phosphoric factory in Russia was built. In 1916, Perm State University, a major educational institution in modern Russia, was opened. After the outbreak of the Russian Civil War, Perm became a prime target for both sides because of its military munitions factories. On December 25, 1918, the Siberian White Army under Anatoly Pepelyaev took Perm. On July 1, 1919, the city was retaken by the Red Army. Soviet period. In the 1930s, Perm grew as a major industrial city with aviation, shipbuilding, and chemical factories built during that period. During the Great Patriotic War, Perm was a vital center of artillery production in the Soviet Union. During the Cold War, Perm became a closed city. Modern city. The city is a major administrative, industrial, scientific, and cultural center. The leading industries include machinery, defense, oil production, oil refining, chemical and petrochemical, timber and wood processing, and the food industry. Since 2004, in the city of Perm functioned modern Russia's first Muslim Cossack unit. The Jewish community. The first Jews who arrived in Perm were demobilized soldiers from the Imperial Army who were allowed, after completing their service, to settle outside the Pale of Settlement, and, in 1861, there were 194 Jews in Perm. Over the years the community grew larger, and at the beginning of the 20th century, there were 1,000 Jews living in the city with their own synagogue on Kungerskaya Street and school for boys. After the Revolution of 1917, the building of the synagogue and community property were confiscated and were not returned until 1922. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, many Jews emigrated from the city. The first rabbi to arrive in the city after the collapse was David pjah, who arrived in 1996. He was then replaced with Rabbi Elia G. Habi in 2001. On March 9, 2013, two unidentified assailants threw a rock and a Molotov cocktail through a window of the Jewish Community Center. A small area was set on fire, but a security guard extinguished it. Jewish community leaders ascribed the incident to incitement in the local media the previous week, related to stories about a new Torah scroll for the community administrative and municipal status. Perm is the administrative center of the Krai and within the framework of administrative divisions. It also serves as the administrative center of Perm Ski District, even though it is not a part of it. As an administrative division, it is, together with two rural localities, incorporated separately as the city of Krai Significance of Perm, an administrative unit with the status equal to that of the districts. As a municipal division, the city of Krai Significance of Perm is incorporated as Perm Urban Okrug. City divisions for administrative purposes. Perm is divided into 7 city districts. Economy. Perm has the largest industrial output among cities in the Urals, ahead of Yekaterinburg, Chelyabinsk and Ufa. Although Perm has a smaller population than these, 35% of Perm Oblast's industry is located in Perm. The largest industries in the city are electric power engineering, oil and gas refining, machine building, chemicals and petrochemicals, forestry processing, printing and food industry. Several major industrial companies are located in Perm. Engine makers Perm Motors and Aviad Vigatel are among the major players of the Russian aircraft industry. Rocket engine company Proton PM will mass-produce the Rod 191 engine for the upcoming Angara rocket family. JSCKAMKABEL is Russia's largest exporter of cables and wires. Oil refining and natural gas processing are also among the city's leading industries. The largest companies in this sector are Lukoil Perm Limited, and Lukoil Pernafta Product Limited. Transportation. Perm is an important railway junction on the Trans-Siberian Railway with lines radiating to central Russia, the north part of the Urals, and the far east of Russia. Perm has 2 big railway stations, historical Perm I and modern Perm II. The Kama River is an important link in the unifying deep water system of the European part of Russia. The river connects the city with European waterways. It is possible to ship cargo from the Kama River area to the seaports of the White Baltic, Azov, Black, and Caspian Seas without reloading. Perm is served by the international airport Bolshoy Savino, 16 kilometers southwest. Perm's public transit network includes tram, bus, trolleybus and city railway routes. Proposed metro system. The Perm Metro is a planned construction of a metro system which has been considered. The first plans date back to the 1970s. A feasibility study was compiled in 1990, but economic difficulties during the decade prevented its final planning and construction. The plans were revitalized in the early 2000s, but a lack of funding hampered the project and plans were once again put on hold. Light rail has also been considered. Culture. The Perm Opera and Ballet House is one of the best in Russia. There are many other theaters in Perm, including the Drama Theater, the Puppet Theater, the Theater for Young Spectators, the Theater, Stage Mollet, and the Theater, near the bridge. Among the city's museums and galleries, the Perm State Art Gallery is recognized for its outstanding collections of art, including paintings from the 15th to 18th century art movements, and wooden sculptures from the region. It is housed in a notable early 19th century structure, once an Orthodox cathedral. The spire of the museum towers over the rest of Perm, as it is situated on the Komsomolsky Prospect. Perm is receiving attention from the development of the new Museum of Contemporary Art. Perm Museum of Contemporary Art, which officially opened in March 2009. Perm is also home to the At the Bridge Theatre, the first mystical theatre in the world. Education. Perm is a scientific center. Some of the scientific institutes are combined in the Perm Scientific Center of the Ural branch of the Russian Academy of Sciences. Perm is a home to several major universities including Perm State University, Perm State Technical University, Perm State Teachers Training University, Perm State Medical Academy, Perm State Pharmaceutical Academy, Perm State Agricultural Academy, the Institute of Art and Culture, Perm State Choreographic School, Perm Branch of State University Higher School of Economics and others. There are also 3 military schools in Perm. Climate. Perm has a humid continental climate. Sports. There's also an amateur bandy team called Karma. Notable people. The following people were either born in Perm or made names for themselves while residing there. Viktor Astafyev, short story writer. Tatiana Borodina, opera soprano. Sergei Diaghilev, ballet impresario. Maria Gutarov, impressionist painter. Alexandra Kosteniuk, 2008 Women's World Chess Champion. Dmitry Mamantsebyuk, writer. Nikolai Moiseev, astronomer. Andronik Nikolsky, the first bishop of Kyoto, Japan. Fyodor Petrov, Soviet artillery designer. Natasha Polly, supermodel. Alexander Stepanovich Popov, physicist, widely regarded in Russia as the inventor of radio. Mikhail Shuisky, opera singer. Arkady Shvetsov, aircraft engine designer. Nikolai Slavyanov, inventor of an early method of arc welding. Peter Bernardovich Struve, political economist, philosopher, and editor. Maxim Trankov, pairs figure skater. Yuri Trutnev, Minister of Natural Resources of Russia. Andrei Voronikhin, architect and painter. Konstantin Zyryanov, association football player. The Nobel Prize-winning writer Boris Pasternak lived in Perm for a time, and it figures in his novel Dr. Zhivago under the fictional name Yuri Aton, where Yuri sees Lara again in the public library. Marketing. Perm City is the most obvious example of a city marketing in Russia. The city has the logo twin towns in sister cities. Perm is twinned with Louisville, Kentucky, United States, 1994, Oxford, United Kingdom, 1995, Qingdao, China, Shenzhen, China, Duisburg, Germany, since 2007. Gallery. Some early color photographs by Sergei Prokudin-Gorsky, taken in 1910. General view of city of Perm. General view of the city of Perm from Gorodskye Gorky. Razgolye, outskirts of the city of Perm. Mary Magdalene Church of the city Perm. Summertime location of the exchange in the city Perm. Prokudin-Gorsky, Starosibirskaya Gate in the city of Perm. Kama River near Perm. The bridge still stands today, but another similar bridge has been built alongside it. Both are painted white. Headquarters of the Ural Railway Administration in the city of Perm.